Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Project Rewind, a recreation of the first season of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate CPU Tournament series that I held on my Instagram. So, for those of you who are caught up with all of the episodes right now, you will know that we are on episode 5 now. And I know I sound like a broken record every time I say this each and every intro, but that's just the way it is. As I've emphasized, as the tournament series went on and as it started to gain more popularity among the audience that I kind of directed it to, I wanted to add some spice to the tournament series. I wanted to introduce some new themes and gimmicks into the tournaments so that way the tournaments wouldn't become really stale and boring, and then people wouldn't be as interested in it as they typically would be. And so that's when I started implementing some new themes and gimmicks and basically ways that or mechanics that change the game, whether in terms of different by changing the rules of the matches or changing how many lives a character has, so on and so forth. And obviously you'll see some repeats of some themes later on in Project Rewind and also from the tournament series as a whole. Now, granted, I do come up with a lot of different themes, but sometimes you're just gonna have to reuse some old themes, especially when you've experimented with this game to the extent that I have. But yeah, you'll see some reruns, but that's okay. It still offered the same amount of entertainment and value to it. But in this episode, we will see a theme that we haven't seen in the tournament series before, and that is the mechanic of the stage morph mode. So what stage morph is, just to give you the short version of it, so you see in all the matches from the tournaments we've seen right now, there's always one stage that all of the characters, depending on how many it is, will just stay on that stage and fight on it until the match is over. And of course, if we see like a best 2 out of 3 or different modes that would show us different stages, like more than one stage would always be on one match. You wouldn't see 2 stages in one match. However, in Stage Morph, that is exactly what Stage Morph does. Instead of seeing one singular stage for one single match, you actually do see 2 stages in one match. So it's better if you see the visual representation of it in the tournament that we'll see right here. So I'll just leave it at that and then explain more of the mechanics to the tournament as the matches progress. So yeah, I guess I don't really have much to say. So this is the 5th episode of Project Rewind in the 5th tournament that we held in the tournament series, held on November 7th, 2020. A lot of historical highlights in this tournament actually, and we will touch on them once as the matches progress. So I guess I don't really have much to say. Let's just get this tournament on the road, shall we? Let's turn up the volume here. So as you can see, first match is ready to go. We have a Bayonetta, an Ike, and a Samus. The Bayonetta belongs to Dakota Beck. The Ike, of course, belongs to Emma Zolgman, very dedicated to that character. And then we also have a Samus, and the Samus was chosen by me. Alright, so let's get this match on the road. Hopping right into our first match of the tournament, we have a Bayonetta, Ike, and Samus, as I've stated. So let me explain a little bit of the mechanics of what the Stage Morph tournament has to offer. So as you can see, each of the characters have 4 stocks. And I probably get confused as to why each character has 4 stocks, considering there isn't really any like special gimmick to this stage or to this tournament other than the Stage Morph mechanic. Well, the reason, it's kind of like the item tournament. So I gave everybody an extra life in the item tournament because, there was the CPUs could just, they just had a lot to take advantage of for themselves and operate, such as the items. Like CPUs could get crazy item combos and then KO a CPU at a very early percentage. So that's why I gave everybody 4 stocks. Now I have a similar reasoning in the Stage Morph tournament, so you'll see here in a second. So as you can see, all 3 fighters, they're fighting on Delfino Plaza right now, the stage. And you're about to see the stage here transform in just a little bit, just a few seconds. Yep, right here. The stage is just about beginning to rumble. The stage is emitted in light, and now we have a new stage. Going to be on Lilac Cruise for this part of the match. So that's what Stage Morph is all about. You get to see two different stages in one match, and you get to change how much time it takes for the stage to change. I set it to where it changes every minute. So every 60 seconds we're going to see a different stage. But it only transitions between two different stages. So we're only going to see Lilac Cruise and Delfino Plaza. So after a few seconds we're going to go back to Delfino Plaza. Sam's getting her final smash, finding a perfect opportunity to use it as Ike and Bayonetta are fighting amongst themselves. Ike still hanging in at 3 lives. Bayonetta already down to 2. I'm not sure what happened to her other life. Okay, so the reason why... Oh my god, that was brutal. The reason why every character is at 4 lives is because we have seen instances of characters accidentally getting stuck on the previous stage that they are on as the stage is transforming. So, for example... Okay, so we saw there when... yeah, here's an example right here. So the stage comes on, and then the previous stage goes down. We've seen instances of characters getting stuck on that stage or on the previous stage and not being able to come back. So in the case we've seen instances, it's super funny. Not for the person that owned the CPU, obviously, but in the chance that that did happen, we decided to give them an extra stock. I was debating just bringing them down to 3 stocks for the Project Rewind version though, because the matches would take a little bit long. So I'm just gonna fair warning, the matches are going to be pretty lengthy, and this tournament, this whole episode is probably going to be divided into 3 parts. That's just the way things are though. Sometimes episodes just have to get divided into 3 parts. I don't like doing 3 parts sometimes, but you know, just for time's sake, it's probably going to have to be that way. But it's still, tournament's still going to end out the way it's going to be. So I'm just trying to keep it as accurate as possible, and if it can't be, oh well. Every character on their last stock at the moment. See Bayonetta coming through with her easy to hit combos. Going to go back to Lilac Cruise here for a moment. Ike obtaining his final smash, going to try and find an opportunity to use it. Connecting it on Bayonetta, that is not going to look good for her. That is going to definitely be a KO on her part. Just leaving Samus and Ike to duke it out for the rest of the match. Nice charge shot coming from Samus right there. Not quite going to kill Ike though. He was at a fair distance away from the blast zone, so he's still got a lot of fight left in him. Samus just seems to be predicting all of Ike's movements right now. Just kind of reading through all of his attacks. Nice nair coming from Samus right there. That is going to close out the match. Looks like my Samus will be moving on in bracket. Well, sincere condolences to Dakota Beck's Bayonetta and Emma Zolgaman's Ike. They all played well, but it's time to go on to the next match. So now that you know how Stage Morph works, it'll be easy to assume what happens in the next ones. So, let's move on to the next one and see what other competitors we have in this tournament. Moving on into the second match here, as you can see, we have a Ryu and a Zelda. The Ryu was chosen by Caden Howard, and the Zelda was chosen by Neil Zolgaman. Oh my gosh! Very early kill coming from the Ryu CPU right there. I was not expecting Zelda to be the first one to get knocked out, because for those of you who have been supporters of the CPU tournament series or have good knowledge of Smash CPUs in general, we all know that it is a common fact that Zelda CPUs are some of the most dangerous and most powerful CPUs in the game. Probably right next to Bowser and Kazuya. So, I was totally expecting Ryu to be the first one to get KO, but it seems like just one simple footstool is all I was able to He's going to have to rely on a little bit of cheese just to win this match. I mean, it's going to be hard. But anyway, Caden Howard and Neil Zolgman, two participants that made their debut in the last tournament of the item tournament. Now we get to see them in a little bit more of a brighter spotlight right here with just a simple 1v1. Started on Luigi's Mansion for the first stage, but now we're changing the stage, going to the Find Me stage. Okay, Ryu kind of doing a lot of edge guarding right now. Oh, we see the dragon, like the final boss of the second Find Me game in the background there. It can get you can get a stat, or yeah, he changes the stat boost of the game. Gave Zelda more defense, or gave both characters more defense, as you see with the shield icon right there. But obviously not going to be enough for them to survive the final smash from Ryu. Speaking of final smashes, Zelda going to unleash her is a very difficult one to get out of. But with all the stuff that Zelda has at her disposal, it's going to be hard for him to reach back to the ledge, but he seems to be making do with what he's got. Jesus, I forgot the dragon came onto the stage, and I didn't know he could do that. Clean up air coming from Zelda right there. Whoever can defeat the dragon as well actually gets a really good stat boost, but it doesn't seem like the CPUs are too focused on that right now. Going to be duking out between each other, not going to get anybody else involved. Ryu suffering a unfortunate death right there with Zelda pressuring him in that pit right there. Stage going to be switching back to Luigi's Mansion now. The blast zone shift almost killed Zelda right there as the stage was transitioning. Zelda still hanging in at 2 lives. Not a very healthy percent, but with how good the level 9 Zelda CPUs are, it's really easy for her to rack up damage at a very fast rate. Going to be trapped inside the stage right there, leaving Ryu at a 74%. With how good Zelda's final smash is, that is going to catch him. As we all know, Zelda's final smash kills anybody that is over 100 in it. So that is going to be an easy victory for Neil Zolgman's Zelda right there. Even Caden Howard's Ryu, unfortunately not going to be able to move on in bracket. However, valiant effort from both CPUs, especially with the very strong finish, or not finish, a strong start that Ryu had. Well, time to move on to the next match, folks. We see another free-for-all and some more stages, of course. Moving on to our third match of the tournament. As you can see here, we have an important moment in history for the CPU tournament series. But anyway, we have a Pikachu, Diddy Kong, and an Alex. The Pikachu was chosen by Annette Burnson, just like the last tournament. And Diddy Kong was chosen by Kobe Billups. And the Alex was chosen by Ian Solomon. So, historical context in this match right here. Sometime in October, I can't remember the exact time, the second fighter for the second DLC pack of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released. And it turns out, to many people's surprise, it was Steve from Minecraft. It's arguably the most popular video game in the world right now. And has made a crap ton of sales. But of course, so it rightfully so deserved its representation in Smash Bros. Arguably the most ambitious fighting game in the video game industry. But so the fighter was released sometime in October, but again, this tournament took place in November. So shortly, almost a month after this tournament was held, we saw Steve get released. But again, we're not looking at Steve right now. One of Steve's alternate skins in the game is actually the female default avatar in Minecraft, which is Alex, as you see right here. And Ian decided to pick Alex over Steve. Nice final smash coming from Pikachu right there. That is going to KO Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong already halfway through his lives. Alex finally going to lose her first stock as well. I'm not sure what happened to Diddy Kong's other life. I guess he must have SD'd when the stage transitioning was happening. Speaking of the stages, though, we were first on Congo Jungle right there, but now we are on Saffron City from Pokemon. A lot of the characters getting hit by the final smash right there. Looks like both of them are going to suffer a hit, but Pikachu going to take, Pikachu going to take the most of it right there. Despite the bad situation that Pikachu has found himself in, he's still living at 3 lives, but Diddy Kong may have something to say about that. Ooh! Nice spike coming from Diddy Kong there, but it is not going to be enough to kill Alex. She still has a lot of fight left in her. Pikachu not going to make it back to the stage because of the stage transition. Again, this is why we have 4 lives. Let's see if Alex can make use of her final smash. It was nice to see some Steve/Alex gameplay in this tournament because we hadn't seen any level 9 behavior from this character yet, at least in the tournament series. So yeah, this is the very first tournament in which we actually saw a Steve or Alex in the tournament series. So again, very excited to see. That's why this is a historical moment in the CPU tournament series. Nice, clean back air coming from Alex right there. Going to bring Pikachu down to his last life. Diddy Kong still living in at 2, but going to even it up, at least in terms of stocks, by KOing Alex right there. Diddy Kong just trying to find an easy recovery back to the stage. Barely makes it back. Pikachu obtaining his final smash, going to try and find a way to connect it. Seems like Pikachu is about to lead him right into it. Doesn't even connect it, surprisingly. Oh my god! Man, Alex was looking to kill Pikachu right there. Oh no, Alex going to suffer right there from the stage transition. Wrong place, wrong time. Going to trying to find some good materials so that she can still have a fair chance in the fight. Diddy Kong at the most amount of lives at the moment, but he is not looking like he's at a very good percent. Man, Alex just taking her time on the right side over there, just crafting all the materials she possibly needs. Going to get the diamond weapons now. Is going to definitely look good for her. Just instantly touching Venusaur, going to be an instant KO right there. Diddy Kong obtaining his final smash, not going to hesitate to use it. Whoever it hits most is going to suffer from it. I think it's going to go to Alex. Yep. Barely survives. Oh no! Oh shit! Diddy Kong accidentally made impact with the stage. Oh no! Oh my gosh! That was so clutch! I didn't think Alex was going to make it back with the cannon. Now she was in the right place at the right time. Oh my gosh. Alex is getting super lucky for a recovery right there. Pikachu going to make it back with ease. It's just going to be between these two right now. Alex almost obtaining her final smash to see if she can put it to use. Has all the materials she needs right now. Pikachu just trying to pressure her from upstage. Going to fall right into the final smash. That is going to be an easy KO for Alex. And Ian Solomon's Alex looks like is going to move on in bracket. Kobe Billups' Diddy Kong and Ed Brunson's Pikachu did put up a good fight, so can't ignore that. Well, let's move on to the last match on the left side of the bracket, and then we'll move over to the right side. So let's go see which other competitors we have. Moving on to our 4th match of the tournament. As you can see, we have a Yoshi and a Ridley. These characters are like polar opposites of each other. Just a cute little dinosaur who saves children and throws eggs around like it's no tomorrow. And then we have a godlike powered murderous space dragon. Only in Smash Brothers, everybody. Only in Smash Brothers. But anyway, the Yoshi was chosen by Brady Solomon, and the Ridley was chosen by Zach Wisdom after Zach Wisdom won the previous turn. Ooh, shit! Very strong forward smash coming from Ridley right there. After he won the previous tournament. I guess he was trying to look for someone else that's up his alley, which usually consists of like retro characters or just characters that look like they're either heavy or just deadly. And Ridley definitely fits the deadly description right there. Definitely not a heavy character, though. He may look heavy. He is the biggest character, not the heaviest character, but he definitely is the biggest character. Oh my gosh, that was really clean right there coming from Yoshi. Anyway, the first stage right there was Smashville. Now we're going on to Suzaku Castle. Yoshi finding an opportunity to use the Final Smash. Very quick one. Ridley not going to have much of an opportunity to dodge that. Almost getting KO'd right there with onto the right side of the stage. Yoshi going to rack up the damage on him. CPUs definitely know how to abuse the walk-off type stages. So, yeah. Okay, that was Ridley's fault right there. Yoshi may have hit him, but he rolled into the blast zone. I saw it. So is definitely able to get some early kills. It just confuses me why level 9 CPUs, they just always have to go for the ledges on the stages. I mean, sure, you can probably get some early KOs just by, oh shit, okay. You can probably get some early KOs just by waiting for your opponent to go to the ledge and then bait them out. But have you ever considered that you might die over there too? I need to learn to not question the AI of a CPU. I think that they play like humans sometimes, but they really don't. Yoshi, oh my gosh, almost. I never know if Yoshi's going to recover back to the stage. His jumps just look so awkward, especially with, he's kind of a floaty character too, so. Really going to get sent off to the bottom of the stage. Yoshi going to take that damage right from his uppie there. Really going to see through his attacks. Pretty close game right there. Ridley almost just KOing himself with his recovery right there. Going to lead right into Yoshi's final smash. Definitely going to be a KO on Yoshi's part. Nice side B coming right there. Almost KOing Yoshi. Damn, not going to recover it. I guess he was scared of the ledge guarding capabilities that Ridley had. I'd say, yeah, Ridley's really good at ledge guarding. Ridley obtaining the final smash, not going to quite connect it though. Yoshi going to jump out of the way before he has a chance to use it. Nice big downer right there. Doesn't tech the stage. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is level 9 CPUs we're talking about here. I totally expected him to tech the stage. I guess not. And especially with the stage transition coming in, yeah, he was probably screwed. Well, Brady Solomon's I almost said Bryn Chamberlain's Yoshi right there because I'm so used to Bryn picking Yoshi. Brady Solomon's Yoshi going to move on in bracket, leaving Zach Wisdom's Ridley going to stay where he is at. Well, let's move on to the right side of the bracket now and see what other matches await us. Moving on into our 5th match of the tournament here. And our first match on the right side of the bracket, we have a Shulk, Falco, and Ice Climbers. The Shulk was chosen by, let me make sure I'm getting my people right here. I think I know, but I just want to make sure. Shulk was, yes, that's what I thought. The person that chose Shulk was Robin Heinerman. The person that chose Falco was Iris Wood, and the person that chose Ice Climbers is Bella Solomon. Now, as we've established with the match with Alex, Steve, Alex, and all the other alternate costumes that he has came out around October, and this was almost a month after that tournament was released, or after the character was released. But not only that, but we also have their stage right here, and the Minecraft stage can come in many different forms. But it looks like we're gonna get the Stone Island variant this time around. Very pretty stage, honestly. Falco and Shulk going to lose their lives almost immediately. Falco just waiting for the right opportunity to use his final smash. Finds it. Doesn't really connect it though. Now we're going to go on to the Bridge of Eldin stage. Ice Climbers finally losing their first stock. Another big walk-off stage, so it's likely to see some CPUs abuse the layout. Get some early KOs perhaps. Oh, Shulk, I mean, yeah, I guess that was an early KO, but he had the smash art on, so he was... He only hit Nano with that final smash here, so that's not going to work. Ice Climbers obtaining their final smash, not going to hesitate to use it, going to summon a big iceberg. Seems like Ice Climbers are a little far away to use it because the way they move also directs the iceberg. So yeah, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time to use that final smash. Oh, Shulk really taking advantage of that smash art right there, going to get a KO on Ice Climbers right there. Damn, bringing Falco down to his last stock already as well. Oh shit, but Shulk getting ran over by the I don't know. I forgot the name of the creature. I'm not a Legend of Zelda expert. I wouldn't really know. Oh damn! Shulk using Falco using his final smash right as the stage was transforming. Is that gonna be a KO? Oh no! Going to tech right off the stage. Damn! What happened to Falco? He's dead now. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Well, I guess it's just Shulk and the Ice Climbers now. With the stone layout on the stone island, it's going to be hard for characters to traverse around the playing field unless they destroy the blocks themselves, but I doubt they don't really seem interested in that. They're just looking for the opportunity to get a KO. Not sure what Shulk was thinking there. Made the same mistake again by going for Nana instead of Popo, the leading Ice Climber at the moment. Oh no, not going to have a chance to recover. Nana not going to be there for him. That's frustrating. Buster with the Shulk with the Buster Monado are enabled. Oh man, freezing Shulk, trying to find a way to make it. Oh, you're gonna back throw. Oh, why didn't you back throw into the iceberg? That would have killed him. That would have been so cool. Anyway, enables the jump art. Well, let us send you flying even higher, says the Ice Climbers. Nice combo right there coming from them. Going back to the Bridge of Eldin. Pretty close game at the moment, kind of even percent. Shulk has more of an opportunity to get his final smash though, so the odds are definitely in his favor, I'd say. Initiates the smash R. That's not going to look too good for him because, sure, he may be able to send his opponent at a high rate. Does the same mistake with his final smash again. When is he gonna learn? Oh, he's got the Ice Climbers on the side of the stage now, but now he is on the side of the stage. Ice Climbers going to take advantage of that. Going to get a clean KO on Shulk right there. Well, looks like Iris Woods, Falco, and Robin Heimerman Shulk not going to move on in bracket, but Bella Solomon's Ice Climbers going to move on to fight to see another day. So let's move on to the next match and see what other competitors we have. Moving on into our 6th match of the tournament here, we have a Cloud and a Bowser Jr. This is also Bowser Jr.'s debut in the tournament series. Now that I think about it, we actually see a lot of characters debut or make their first appearance in this CPU tournament series. We got Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., Steve, Alex. Got quite a bit. Zelda too, I think. Oh shit! Bowser Jr. going to suffer an early KO right there coming from Cloud. I'm not sure what the interaction was there. All I know is had something to do with commotion during recovery. All I know. Anyway, the Cloud, surprise to no one, belongs to Nathan Doffing, and Bowser Jr. actually belongs to Bryn Chamberlain. I guess they decided to take a different route this time. Well, actually, Yoshi was picked before Bryn could pick him, so I guess they had no other option. Well, I mean, I guess they had plenty of options, but, oh shit, Cloud almost suffering an early KO right there, using the final smash to hope to hit Bowser Jr., but doesn't quite connect, though. Going to make it back to the stage, safe and sound, though. That stage we were just on was Arena Ferox. It has an X on the end, but I'm not sure if it's Arena Ferox or Arena Faro. I like to call it Ferox, though. That just sounds cool. Or Ferox. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, now we're going to the gamer stage, which I believe is the it's from the Wii U WarioWare game. Oh shit! Bowser Jr. gonna use his final smash, and if you can see on the left side of the stage, or well, there was someone on the left side of the stage. It was Mom. It was basically Mom, but she's called 5 Volt in the game. And as you can see, she's peeking out of the TV there. She can pop up from all sorts of places, and if you are caught in her line of sight, she is going to do lots of damage and knockback to you. So best keep an eye out for her. If stage hazards are off on this stage, she won't appear, but since stage hazards are on, of course, is going to be here. Oh, she just popped out of the television. Cloud, not really in a safe place at the moment, is going to get caught by Mom. As you can see, she's going to flip out in the background there. We've all been there, us gamers. That's why the stage is called gamer. If you ever just staying up super late and you're like, I don't know, on your 3DS or some shit, and your mom catches you, 'tis the feeling. Cloud living in a 96. Okay, never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. Commentator's curse. I still got it, baby. Cloud going to try and make a comeback, getting the final smash and racking up some damage on Bowser Jr. and especially at the place that he's at right now. Oh, using the jab. I thought he was going to combo into it. Using the final smash though, not going to connect it. Bowser Jr. predicting him and going to roll out of the way. Cloud CPUs tend to do pretty good in the tournaments. I mean, we've already seen one actually win a tournament. For those of you who aren't caught up, you know what I'm talking about. Bowser Jr. not going to hesitate to use the final smash right there. Cloud going to get caught in it. That could be a KO if he gets hit by the final hit. That is going to be a KO on Cloud's part. Bryn Chamberlain's Bowser Jr. going to take the victory and move on in bracket. Nathan Dobbins Cloud played well, but unfortunately not going to see the rest of the tournament. Well, I guess we'll just move on to the next match. We have a couple more matches in round 1, then we'll move on to round 2. Let's see how those go. Moving on to our 7th match in the tournament. Here we have our last free-for-all between a Rob, Lucas, and Olimar. The Rob belongs to Chance Rogers, and the Lucas belongs to Austin Doffing, and the Olimar belongs to Brennan Heckel. A lot of veterans in the CPU tournament series, to say the least. Also on a pretty big stage right now. We don't really see Temple that much in the tournament series. I believe this is one of the only times, if not the only time, we actually see Temple. I don't really remember us getting it very much. So this might be the only time we see it. We're not even going to see it for that long either. It's going to be just 1 minute. Olimar getting an early KO with his up smash of a Pikmin right there. All of his Pikmin seem to have a flower on their head, and how Olimar Pikmins work, they always start with a little bud on top of their head, and once they're at full bloom, then that's when they're at their strongest. Well, actually, they start out as a leaf, but then they get a bud, and then they get a full flower. That's when you know they're at their strongest. Rob getting his final smash, though. I hear a rumble on the stage, so it sounds like the stage is getting ready to transform. Rob not going to connect the final smash at all. There goes Temple. You don't want to get stuck on that stage. It's going to be pretty hard to, though, because the stage that we're going to is a walk-off, going to Green Hill Zone. Lucas still hanging... Oh, maybe not. Okay, Lucas still hanging in at his first stock. Olimar and Rob taking hefty damage right now. Lucas going to gain his final smash. That's going to be very useful on the stage as it has a small blast zone. Only going to accumulate a small amount of damage though. Olimar using his. That's going to be pretty hard to hit. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. I shall eat my words. Lucas and Olimar both going to die from it. I mean, it is a pretty large explosion, but damn. Well, pretty close to the blast zone right there, these characters are, but it's not going to matter anymore. Going back to Temple. Yeah, I think it's impossible for characters to die from a stage transition, especially since, you know, they're going to a walk-off, and then also leaving a walk-off, so I feel like it'd be pretty hard for them to die from that way. Rob using in a perfect place to use his final smash. Connects it on both Olimar and maybe Lucas. Oh, Lucas gets caught right at the end of it. Olimar down to his last stock now. Lucas still hanging in at 3 or 2. So is Rob, but at a pretty high percent. So we might not see that stock for much longer. Lucas going to carry a steady lead. Final smash coming from Rob. I see Lucas has one too. You're not even going to hesitate to use it. It might not be very useful on this. Why is he directing them over there? What was he thinking? They were all over there. What are you doing? Man, Lucas, I'm going to be honest, just kind of wasted that. But anyway, no time for Temple anymore. Rob was like, yeah, I was about to say, Jesus Christ. Rob was all the way over in the blast zone. There was no way he was going to get out of that. And Lucas finishing the fight with a clean back throw on Olimar. Jesus, Rob put himself in a very bad situation there. The blast zone just said, hi there. Okay, well, Austin Dolphins, Lucas going to move on and brag of a chance. Rogers' Rob and Brandon Heckle's Olimar going to, unfortunately, not see the rest of the tournament. All right, now let's see the last match in round 1, everybody. I'm sorry, that image just cracked me up. So, as you can see, we have a Kirby, and we have the joke character for this tournament. The Kirby was chosen by Avery Stoll, and the joke character, as you can see, is the creative producer, producer, or is executive producer? Is that the term I'm looking for? I think it's executive producer. I can't remember if that's actually the title he has. But basically, the main guy behind the development of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, who is Masahiro Sakurai. You can call him God for short if you'd like. But yeah, so he's the head creator of all of the Smash Bros. Games to date. Damn, nice up smash coming from Kirby right there. Now keep in mind, I order the participants in the tournament series completely. Oh my gosh, he barely dodged that final smash right there from Kirby. I order the participants in this series. They're all random, like completely random. So it's a complete coincidence that we actually have Kirby and Sakurai fighting each other. And I say that because Sakurai, fun fact, is actually the creator of Kirby. Like he's the one who created the character, but also was the person in the head of the development of all the old Kirby games and all the retro Kirby games. So Sakurai, big part of my gaming experience in childhood, as you see. So, but he's not involved in the Kirby games anymore. There's somebody actually took his place as like the main guy behind all the development of the Kirby games. I can't remember his name. It's blanking for me at the moment. But yeah, he was the creator. Sakurai just kind of fell right into Kirby's hand right there. He put himself wide open. But we're on the Umbra Clock Tower stage right now, as you see, which is from the first Bayonetta game, I believe. I believe that's correct. And now we're going on to WarioWare Incorporated. Now, I feel like this stage is a game changer of a stage, especially with hazards on. Man, Sakurai's perfectly dodging these final smashes. Because as you see on this stage, there are a lot of mini-games that happen, and if you meet the requirements of these mini-games, you actually get a stat boost. So it could put somebody in a pretty good advantage. Yeah, for example, the requirement is pop, and you have to pop those party poppers right there. But of course, the CPUs aren't going to pay attention to that. They're just focusing on getting their opponent out of the way. And there will be more mini-games, but if you meet the requirements, they give you a pretty good stat boost that can put you in the lead pretty quick. I like how we get to see the full extent of the stages in the item tournaments and the stage morph tournaments. So where you know we actually have hazards on. Sakurai having a pretty good lead at the moment. Kirby CPUs are usually okay. Damn, I forgot how strong that side B is. It's weird. Kirby CPUs are usually much more aggressive than that. Um, I guess just wasn't on his prime that time. But anyway, the joke character Sakurai actually going to move on in bracket. Had a good fight with his son. It was like a father versus son match. But Avery still Kirby not going to move on in bracket. But that is the end of round 1. Now we will move on to round 2, where we will see from this point on characters that have participated in the tournament or have moved on from their matches. So let us see how that goes. A little bit ahead of themselves. What in God's name? What? What is going on? What? What did I just witness? What was that? Dude, the fucking game just like glitched out on me. What was? What kind of angle? Does that always happen for the stage on Stage Morph? Oh my god.